Hey, Fred from Drive Life. Here I am. Got the 2025 Tesla Model Y. It's come to Auckland today to go to the launch. You can see completely redesigned. Tesla is saying redesign inside and out, front to back, and it looks a whole lot better. It looks a lot sharper, crisper, more modern. The old model is starting to look, well, long in the tooth. To start with, it wasn't that great anyway. This is fantastic, much more streamlined, much more aerodynamic. They're actually claiming about an 18% improvement in aerodynamics and adding to range, of course. And it's quite a good looking car, I've got to say, front or back. Quite impressed with it so far. The rear's got a full width LED light across it. Looks quite nice driving behind it. This is the base model rear wheel drive, $68,000. It's got a 460 kilometer range. And then there's only one other model, a long range all wheel drive. And that's got a 551 kilometer range. And that's about $78,000. So 10 grand difference, basically. The rest of the levels of features are pretty much the same. You get all-wheel drive, more performance, and more range with the dual motor version. That's about it. So they're both pretty well kitted out. Both models have now got heated and cooled front seats. Before it was just heated only. There's a rear screen, which I'll show you in a second, for the kids in the back to play games on those long trips to Auckland or to Wellington, depending on where you live. But yeah, it's a great looking car and it drives well. We'll do some driving impressions coming up, but to start with, we'll walk around the outside. So as I said, much sharper at the front end, definitely better, a whole lot cleaner, even in grey, boring grey, but it looks good. Side on, pretty much the same. We've got some new rims, that's about it. But around the back where it's all happening, there's full width tail light across the back. Quite a stylish looking Tesla logo there, got to say. The little badge on the bottom corner here, that's a launch model badge. It's a special launch range, a few extra goodies, but a much better looking car at the back or the front, definitely. Huge improvement over the old model. And I can see Tesla selling a few more Model Ys just because of the change in the look. It looks a whole lot better. So a lot of changes on the car, not just design. All the suspension's new, and when we say it's new, it's not like new like you might think, completely different. It's still double wishbone. But Tesla have gone to great lengths.
In 300 meters, enter the roundabout and take the first exit.
Tesla have gone to great lengths to reduce the number of parts and manufacturing costs and manufacturing time and money, let's be honest, on the suspension. And I think they said they went down from 1.70 parts.
Now enter the roundabout and take the first exit.
Incredibly. Sometimes that could backfire if you try and make something that works reasonably well a bit simplified, but it's really worked on the new Model Y. It's smoother riding. It's definitely handling better, a lot better, and it's nice to ride in. It feels good. So those suspension changes have really paid off, and they're using lower rolling resistance tires as well, and that, along with the double glazing and all the other changes, has made it a lot more serene in the cabin. It was never bad before, but it's noticeably quieter now. And the double glazing isn't just in the front glass like some other manufacturers do, it's all the windows. So that again, it's paid off. Backseat passengers are pretty well looked after. As you can see, we've got our screen there for the kids. Got games and all sorts of stuff on there, keep them entertained for hours. Still a great amount of leg room, still plenty of room under the rear console, and plenty of leg room under the rear seat. So Tesla have kept that design feature there, and it's fantastic. There's a lot of room in the back here. Very nice. And we still have our full moonroof, so lots of natural light let into the cabin. Loving it. We've also got new for 2025 electrically folding seats. Totally new, the manual before, so you don't have to do the work yourself. Just press a button and the seat will fold down. That easy. And when you're finished, press a button, the seat will go back up again. Burning a few less calories, getting an electric motors to do it, but hey, it's all about convenience. Our normal big screen in the front and our upgraded steering wheel. We still have got a normal indicator stalk, but it doesn't self-cancel. Sometimes you get that left-right thing going, but it's not too bad. Steering wheel controls, similar to the Model 3, But hey, we've got a windscreen wipe button, flash wipe, hold it down to do a wash as well. So that's nice to have that really easily accessible. Normal button for our 360 camera, and still as crisp and clear as ever. Tesla are one of the market leaders in this. Absolutely brilliant clarity, super clear resolution, can't be beat. Fantastic. There's also the normal plethora of options here, even more than a Chinese car. You've got so much to choose from that you can change. Huge amount of things. You name it, you can change it here. We have got a little glitch in our test car. I don't know what's happening, but if I try and open the glove box, it clicks and nothing happens. So I've sort of given up on that. I can try the voice control. Open the glove box. Yeah, that doesn't work either. But this may be a pre-production car, I'm not sure, but just a minor fault with our test car today. The 2025 Tesla Model Y has moved to the gear change away from the column to on the screen. So it's the same as the Model 3 now. Foot on the brake, slide it up to go forward, down to reverse, tap to park. Sounds a bit crazy, but it works. You've also got some buttons up on the roof here, so if you want to, you can press your reverse, etc. from here. Somehow, back into park. They work, but the ones on the screen are just as easy. Work's got into the massive moonroof on the new Model Y as well. Remember AliExpress selling quite a few of those roll-out roof covers, because in New Zealand with our sun, it just got so hot under here. So apparently there's a silver coating on the roof now, and it blocks out something like 7 times more of the heat, solar rays, they're saying. So that can only be better. See, I'm using the Autosteer. It's a beta version, apparently, still beta. This used to be like a $10,000 or $13,000 option on some of the Teslas, and now it's included in the Model Y for 67 grand. Can't complain about that. I thought New Zealand laws said you had to have one hand on the steering wheel at all times, but this thing goes for a couple of minutes, a minute at least, before it tells you to wiggle the steering wheel. And I was worried about the safety side of it or the insurance side of it. If I have a crash, whose fault is it? But Tesla said today, use it, test it out. So I have been, and like the other model Teslas that have the auto steer function enabled, very smooth, very accurate, and apparently legal. Let's call it legal. So I've been using it. It's fantastic. Just sit back and let the car do all the work. Love it. Great feature for those people who are not very confident too, that are not confident drivers at least, where they can just really go hands off the wheel and let the car do all the work. That can't be a bad thing for our road safety record. That auto steer function also has automatic lane changing enabled, so I just put the indicator on, apply a little bit of force, and it's going to move over for me. Job done. Yeehaw. This is a bit of a test car that I'm driving today, so it's been a little bit frustrating because every time I start it, it wipes out everything, including any sat nav directions. That auto steer function disables itself. You have to go back in and enable it. But it's not a production car, so when we get one to review next month, it'll be a proper production car, and got to be less frustrating than this one has been. Drives beautifully, but a few of those little functions that don't work correctly are quite annoying. One slightly annoying feature is that I forgot the Model Y does not have a rear window wiper. And earlier on in the day when it was bucketing down, I thought I'd use voice control, and I told voice control to turn on the rear wiper. There isn't a rear wiper, unfortunately. One day maybe. But instead, the car decided I wanted a song called Rear Window Wiper, and it found one by Franz Waxman, and it keeps playing it, and I pause it because I don't want to hear it, and then it'll wait a minute, and then it'll play it again. It's not been my favorite bit of the day, Franz Waxman. So I wish the Model Y had a rear window wiper. And I know it's very trendy now and very stylish, but it's just a bit annoying and not really safe, because you need to see out the back window. Okay, the car's driving itself, but I still need to see out the back window and see what's going on. But maybe in the next release they'll stick a rear window wiper on the car. Really hope so. Driving on the motorway in the Model Y, it's a breeze. We talked about the Autosteer function. Nice. It's just silky smooth. One of the best adaptive cruise systems out there. So smooth. No jerks, no sharp braking. Does its thing. Gets on with it. So Tesla have really got that side of the car nailed, where it's right up there with the Euros, who do the same thing. Very smooth adaptive cruise control systems. And this is where I think the Chinese cars are falling down, where they just can't get that right yet, at least. It is a smooth ride, and it's quiet. That acoustic or double glazed glass on all windows, they say that's reduced the road noise by 20%. I believe them. As I said before, very little road noise, wind noise, tyre noise, not too bad. It's serene in here, regardless of it being an EV or not. It's really quiet. Okay, we tested out the 2025 Tesla Model Y on the motorway. Seems just fine. And now it's time to go on some Piha, close enough. Tesla have sent us on some twisty roads out to Piha, purposely, because they're saying that the suspension changes in the 2025 Model Y are that good that they wanted us to chuck the car around. And it's done really well. I'm quite impressed so far. It's a lot more planted than the last Model Y. It feels much more composed. It just sits on the road a lot better. The old one wasn't bad, but this one, definite improvement. And I'm only in the rear-wheel drive version. This is not the all-wheel drive. I found that out because I put my foot down a bit too heavy a few times in the wet and lost traction momentarily. I'd love to drive the all-wheel drive version. It would be an even better car, I am sure. But this one's done really well. It's been torrential rain pretty much all the drive so far. Been driving through a lot of standing water, and the car's really composed and it's competent. It's doing very well. I've got no complaints about the handling. They're good on Tesla for saying take this car on some windy roads and test it out. So far, so good. That's probably the end of today for me. It's time to hand the cars back soon once I get back to Auckland City, and we'll get one into test for a whole week and see how it really stacks up. Thanks for watching.